This is the Macomb County Medical Control Authority. We're the governing body for all the EMS providers in Macomb County, and we like to celebrate the successes that our providers had. In this case, Sterling Heights did a fantastic job. We're celebrating a great success of our community provider. Sterling Heights Fire, in this instance, saved the life of a 4-year-old child who they were transporting down to Children's Hospital. They made the right decision and diverted the child over to Troy Beaumont Hospital. The child was having breathing problems, and they saved the child's life. There's a home nurse there that noted the child was wheezing. They were giving the child a breathing treatment. The child became pale. The O2 sats fell, and so the child needed to be transported. So this is a child in Sterling Heights, or the Sterling Heights catchment area, that usually gets all of its care at Children's Hospital downtown. They're very well known at Children's Hospital. All the care has been provided, and so you know the geography of where Children's is. The Sterling Heights Fire crew did what they were supposed to do. They showed up on scene. They assessed the child completely. At the time that they showed up, the child was not in any distress. The O2 sats were normal. But when they examined the child, they had some concerns. There was some wheezing and a rub when they listened to the lungs. And this child had a history of recurrent pneumothoraces, which are collapsed lungs, which, again, for the physicians, when you're on a ventilator and you have a collapsed lung, that can be something very, very serious. So instead of transporting downtown, where the family wanted the child transported where all the care was, their gut told them to go to the closest appropriate facility, and that was Troy Beaumont. And so they called this into Troy Beaumont. They let the physicians know what they were bringing in. They brought the child to Troy Beaumont, who almost immediately decompensated there and ended up having what's called a tension pneumothorax, which is a collapsed lung under pressure because of the ventilator. These are life-threatening situations, and almost immediately they had to put a chest tube in a 4-year-old at Troy Beaumont and save this child's life. And if this gut instinct hadn't have kicked in, and they were on I-75 or whatever downtown, this child would have rested in the back of their ambulance.
Yeah, for doing this for this many years, the guys, they developed that, for lack of better words, a sixth sense. And, you know, there's the textbook and the stuff you learn. But, you know, after the experience that you have, and you get to see signs and symptoms, and you put everything together.
Well, because they do fantastic work each and every day. And I know all community members are so happy and proud that they're out there serving, but they don't get the recognition sometimes that they deserve. And they really do some heroic stuff. And so we like to celebrate the heroism and the fantastic job that they do.
It's a great feeling. As you just said, we got in the transport in late 2017, but our guys have been doing this since 1992. So when we actually get in the field and can recognize bad situations and fix them, it does. It makes the whole department feel good to be recognized for such an endeavor, and we feel great on these kind of recognitions from the MCA board in particular, and Dr. Benfiglio.